What up, baby? Big Lewis, I see you, baby. Hustling Kings. Lou, don't go nowhere. We're going to start doing a raffle. Just $5, dog. You win a $30 shirt, any shirt you want, any size. You can't beat that with a bet, man. Stay tuned, man. Just give me a minute. Everybody start tuning in. Let me let the room fill up while I do my due dividends. Al York Sports Show open sessions, baby. Louis Garcia in the building, I see you. Bunch of Lewises. Louis Santiago. What the fuck is an all Louis show? Stay tuned, y'all. Don't go nowhere. Yes, sir. Just gonna show y'all a few items. I'm not selling nothing, man. It's a $5 entry. You win a $25 hat, $30 shirt. Simple mathematics. $5 don't get you nothing in McDonald's no more, bro. Even on the dollar menu, I still waste $8. Everything's so fucking small in there. Okay, I'm gonna start the show with this, then I'm gonna start the show, okay? The GOAT, any size. You win the contest next week, you get any size you want. Sports King. You gotta get one of these. You don't get one of these, you ain't authentic, man. We got easy money. Let me work. Everything, baby. For all you gamblers, sports betting. East Coast, West Coast. We got that too. All right, let me lower this so I can explain before I start my show. It's real simple, guys. You get Cash App. You download the app. Real simple. Connect it to your bank account. Those who don't know, of course, all of you already probably got it. But there's a few that don't know. There's a $5 entry. I'm going to start it this week. The $5 coming in. I'm going to gather everybody's name. First 20 people on Thursday. I'm going to have 20 names, and I'm going to put them in an empty hat. I'm going to show you the hat. And I'm going to go through every name and drop them 20 names. Shake that motherfucker up. Whoever comes out win. You get whatever shirt you want, and I got more coming up. Any size you want. You don't have to settle for a certain size. You want large, you get large. You want medium, you get medium. Let me see what else. We'll send it out to you in a few days. It ain't going to get there right away if it's custom. If we got it on board, it gets out right away. $5, $30 items, $25 hats, $5. And then I'm going to do more memorabilia later on and into more expensive stuff. But right now, we're going to start real light. Okay, guys? Join the Cash App. Do what you got to do. I'm going to give you a name. You know what? We're going to start next week because I got to give you the name to put it under. Next week, we start, but keep it in mind, we're doing a raffle. $5 to enter. Mark Silver, Felix, Jusino, Oscar, what's up, baby? Steve Levine. Yeah, man. It's time to have some fun with it, man. Let me take these off and let's start working, man. I'm going to mention the raffle stuff a little later. But right now, let me give my shout out. Shout out to the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, Las Vegas, New York City, LES to the death, Triple H Entertainment, Dwayne Beeman, Credit Fix, never too late to get your credit fixed. IG me, inbox me, email me, al.newyork@yahoo.com. Never too late to get your credit fixed. Pro Quick Print, that's the guy I'm dealing with. You already know what time it is. And last but not least, you need advertisement. Holla at your boy. I got y'all. Let me give 2 shout-outs before I start the show. Yo, Big Suge, I see you, baby. Shout out to my boss man, Tim Cook. I want you to know, man, I had a lot of respect and love for you. Good luck in what you do in the future, big man. God bless you. And also, my man OZ from the Graveyard Bullies. I got you, dog. I told you I was. Okay, let's start the show now. I'm going to start off with some sad news in Las Vegas. In Bishop Gorman, there was a kid from Bishop Gorman High School, a standout, Zaon Collins, who was indicted on reckless driving charges on Thursdays in connection with a car crash that left another man dead. But the grand jury declined the indictment for the 19-year-old and he wasn't DUI'd up. He was smoking weed. He was speeding. Unfortunately, he ended up killing 52 years old Eric Echeverria. And what happened was, Eric, let me just say Eric, his last name is hard to pronounce. God bless his soul. From my understanding, the man didn't yield. So when he didn't yield, the young boy who was speeding, you know, with weed in his system, he had THC, it was over the limit. They decided not to indict the young kid because they figured like they're going to charge him, you know, reckless driving, whatever that's going to come out to, and the THC. But they're not going to indict him, you know what I mean, on some straight murder shit or nothing like that because the individual, Eric, ate the yield sign. So I got to read up more on this. All I'm saying is that this kid might get a break, might get a shot back at life, but he is not out the woods yet. I don't think they're going to hit him hard because they took out the big one, which was the murder and all that. But still, man, it's a sad situation. I continue to tell y'all, no drinking and driving, and that means everything. No smoking crack. Leave the weed alone. Smoke the weed outside of the car. I understand you feel you could do both. I did both when I was younger. I got lucky, though, because they nailing you, bro. They got all these new places and methods to see exactly how much you got in your system. And if you've over the limit, man, you gone, man. They nailing you. They're not playing with these people, innocent people dying, man. And I'm going to leave it like that. Salute. God bless to the Eric's and Chevalier's family. I hope they overcome this disaster because it is a disaster. And good luck to the young boy, especially if he didn't really mean it. You know what I mean? God bless him, man. Let me go to other news real quick. Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady have agreed to an extension, a 4-year extension. But this is kind of funny because it voids to a 1-year extension. The deal ties Brady to the Bucs through 2022, which we all anticipated. He said he wants to play to 45. And Brady, by doing this deal, is saving the salary cap $19 million so that the Bucs could continue to maintain players that they already had winning the championship, and not to mention O.J. Howard's coming back. So they might lose Shaq Barrett. They're going to lose maybe 1 or 2 guys, but they're going to be as tough still, and they will compete for another Super Bowl. Salute to the Tampa Bay Bucs for making this deal happen and giving Tom Brady his way. Okay, hold up. Okay, we got questions here. Yeah, Steve, J-Lo and A-Rod broke up. We all kind of knew that. They lasted 4 years. It was longer than I predicted, but hey, we knew they were breaking up. Let me go to other news real quick. The Kansas City Chiefs, they released former number 1 overall pick Eric Fisher and starting right tackle Mitchell Schwartz. These guys be in the trenches, man. These guys are actually the best 2 guys on that line, in my opinion. So now, what are you going to do, you the Kansas City Chiefs? I understand they have to cut salary cap, and they upset these guys. They're not playing the Super Bowl, which launched really big because of the pressure Tampa Bay was putting. But you can't do nothing when you injured. These 2 guys, like I said, they're going to land anywhere else. They all pro type players. Kansas City Chiefs are going to be in a situation because I don't care how many weapons you got. If Mahomes don't get no time and he's running for his life the whole game, they're not winning. So they're going to have to go maybe to the draft. And even when you go to the draft, you cannot put rookies out there in these big games that they will be playing come playoff time. You know, it can't be a rookie situated line for them. It has to be some veterans. And these 2 guys were crafty veterans. But like I said, due to the salary cap, they have to cut individuals. I definitely would have cut Sammy Watkins if they ain't already did. A guy making 17, 18 M's, you don't need Sammy Watkins. You got Pringles, you know what I mean? Tyreek Hill, you know what I'm saying? Kelsey's out there at the tight end. You got Robinson out there. They are loaded. Hardman, they are loaded at receiver. Get rid of fucking Sammy Watkins in that $17 million contract. And Mahomes took less so that they can also make room for the salary cap. So it's going to be a lot of jumping around. It's going to get real funny. And you're going to see a lot of good guys get cut in the NFL. Hold on, let me get a sip of water. I'm choking over here. Felix, Jusino, you know what? If you want, you can hit me up now because we got a lot of topics to cover. Yeah, let's get this started. We got a whole lot of stuff to cover, buddy. Humpty, I see you, baby. I see all of y'all, man. Yeah, Steve Levine said, good thing they didn't buy the Mets. It would have been a war right now if A-Rod and J-Lo would have bought the Mets, man. It would have been a war. Guys, stay tuned, man. We got a lot of good stuff coming. Let me get my boy Felix in the show real quick. Let me drink because I'm choking, man. Waiting on my boy to come on. Oh, it says decline. Let me see what happens. Hold up. Let me go again. Don't tell me we're going to have issues, man. Facebook always finds a way. There we go. Oh, shit. Felix Jusino in the building, representing the Al York Sports Cap. Yo, you surprised me, dog. I thought you was going Pittsburgh. You copy? Okay, I don't know. I think you froze up. You there?
I'm here.
Perfect. Now we talking. Yo, that's a good look for you, by the way. But before anything, let's get right to it. That we got hungry fans right now. Okay, brother. Thank you. You with me? You can hear me, right?
Yeah. We're freezing up a little, but let's keep it going.
Okay, brother. Let's go right into it. Brooklyn Nets. When I say Brooklyn Nets, what's the first thing that hits you up here?
Man, that's they got three of the best players in the league, man. But you know, I think Brooklyn Nets. Listen, they're the best team on paper, and they got three of the top 10 players in the league. The problem is that it's all in for this year. That's it. It's about winning this year. I don't think that team is maintained for next year or for the future. They're way over the salary cap, and you know, I think the Barclays Center, Brooklyn. I think there's a lot more to it, but I think they're just trying to win a championship this year, man. I mean, they're $57 million over the cap.
Wow. So, Felix, so we're basically seeing another like Florida Marlins situation when the Marlins would they lost money the year they won it all because they paid out, you know, players so much money. Though there's no salary cap in baseball, but still they lost money. So they had to get rid of basically the whole team. You remember that?
Yeah, yep. They unloaded a lot of their, you know, their best players because of, you know, that money, because of salary caps. Even though there's no salary cap in baseball, but their payroll was so high for a team that wasn't winning. So, you know, they decided to dump players and start from scratch, so to speak.
Right. Okay, so my next question. Are they going to win a championship this year? Okay, we lost them. Let's see if we can get them back. Connection feels kind of bad today. We had a great one the last time I was on. Let's see if I can get them back. Hopefully we can get them back better this time. Hello?
You got me?
Yes, and you look better. You look like you ain't talking ahead. You was looking like you was talking ahead. Okay, my next question to you, Felix. Is Brooklyn going to win this year? If yes, why? If no, why? Talk to us.
All right. If I heard you correct, because you're breaking up a little bit. Yeah, I tell you so. I think Brooklyn won't get to the championship. I think that you know, they're good on paper. They got great players, but as a team oriented, I think that Milwaukee, Philadelphia, those teams are better. They're better team. Sort of their team concept of playing the game. They're better than Brooklyn. I think that, you know, Milwaukee and Philadelphia are just better team oriented. You know, the Nets basically, you know, they can score 130 points, but they give up 140 points. They lack defense, and I just think that you know, Milwaukee and Philadelphia just you know, their style also matches up good against the Brooklyn Nets, and I just think they play better defense. So I look for one of those two teams to win the East.
Right. What I can say about Milwaukee and the Sixers, to back up what you're saying, they gel better. They've been around each other longer. That's a fact. I just think Brooklyn they just like an all-star team, guy. Like, and the kid Joe Harris can pump them from 3. Damn, guys, we lost the connection again. I really apologize. Nothing we can do, man. We're gonna keep trying. Well, let me, Felix, try to get back on if you hear me. We'll try one more time. If not, we're gonna have to wait the next week because it's raining where I'm at. It's really horrible out there. That could be the situation. And it's wild because Vegas never really gets bad like this. Like my cable television fucked up. So I'm thinking it's that. So Felix, if you can hear me, let me know. If not, I'm going to continue to talk. Okay, so what I was basically telling Felix was, you know, the Sixers, I think they lacking one guy. I think they should have been the one to get Blake Griffin. Okay, this is Felix again. We're going to try one more time. Give me a minute, guys. Okay, guys, work with us. We got bad weather in Vegas, so that definitely the connection is probably on my side, Felix. Let me continue what I was saying. You can hear me, right?
I hear you now.
Okay. I agree with you. The other teams definitely gel better than Brooklyn. My point of view is Brooklyn's like an all-star team. You got Harden, you got Kyrie, you got Durant. Durant hasn't even been playing, and they still beating teams. But yes, their defense is horrible. Now you get Blake Griffin, who's specifically there to defend and rebound. They don't need him to do Lob City no more. He's not built like that no more. The guy was averaging about, I think, 13 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists for the Pistons that he had no love to play for, no heart to play for. Now he's on a team that's winning. You know what winning does to a lot of people. It cures problems. Am I right or wrong? Okay, I think he froze up again. You got it?
I hear you. I'm following you, man. You're breaking up a little bit, but I'm following you. Keep going.
Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, I'm not saying Blake is going to make their defense 10 times better. Okay, I'm going to just keep talking, y'all. We keep losing connection. Blake's not going to make them 10 times better, but he will make them better. They'll have an extra rebounder with DeAndre Jordan. He can D up one-on-one with anybody. You're not just going to push Blake inside a post and utilize him like he ain't there. Blake is strong. He's still young. He's about 30, 31 years old. You ain't bullying Blake. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what the Nets need. Anything to help out on the defensive end, because offensively, they straight. They got no worries offensively. They can score from anywhere, especially that kid Joe Harris, who's a 3-point monster. I love me Joe Harris. I mean, I didn't even know he was this good till I seen him this year. Okay, yeah, Alex, he's gone. It's raining in Vegas, man. It's bad out there. You know that. You live in Vegas. Connection's horrible. So I'm going to have to carry this myself. Give me a minute. I'm choking again. So, Felix, okay, let me try one more time. He wants to get in. I appreciate that. Guys, work with us, man. We under bad weather. There's nothing we can do. Okay, so basically what I'm saying, they're a better team with Blake. But is Blake the answer for them to win it all?
Man, you know what? When you got, it don't matter how good the player is, you know. I mean, I just think that in basketball, you know, you have to play with each other for a while. You have to gel. You have to have chemistry. You know, the ball moves. You have to know where you're gonna be on the floor. I just think that, you know, other teams have an advantage. They are more team oriented and they're able to, you know, they're able to have a flow to the game. I just think Brooklyn is just basically, you know, they're gonna just be raw talent, trying to score, trying to just beat you by scoring, and you got three of the best players. But I just think that necessarily that doesn't mean that they easily, hands down, are gonna win. I mean, I just think they have.
I mean, we know that.
It's
Remember
not an
the
advantage.
Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns back in the days could score, play no defense. You had a lot of teams like that. You had the Golden State Warriors before Dub Nation. You know, when they had Richardson, Steven Jackson in them, they could score with the best of them. No defense. So defense, we know, wins championships. Golden State Dub Nation, quiet as cat, had defense with Klay Thompson and company. But go ahead, continue.
Yeah, you know what? I just want to say something. You know, like yeah, I tell you this. It's funny because, you know, this team, Brooklyn, is basically, it's all or nothing for this year. So, I mean, if they don't win the championship, it's a failure. It's a bust, because this team ain't going to be together next year. I don't see it. Like I said, they're $57 million over the cap. You know, but for Knicks fans, you know, like us, I mean, there's hope because, you know, I would like to see the Knicks play the Nets in the first round. And even though I don't expect the Knicks to win, but if they can perform well in the playoffs with the way they've had the season going so far with the young players, I think that it might entice other players to come next year, because there's only 3 teams in the NBA that's under the cap. Everybody's over the cap.
Wow,
and
that's
actually,
good.
Golden State is $60-something million over the cap, higher than the Nets. But the Knicks have the most money. They're under the cap by a lot, and it's only 3 teams. It's the Knicks, Charlotte, Oklahoma are the only 3 teams they're way under the cap. But the Knicks got the most. So, you know, I think in 2 or 3 years, man, I think the Knicks can turn it around, and the Knicks can be a playoff team consistently, maybe a contender. You know, because
That's
like I said, this
fact.
is a 1-year thing for the Nets.
Okay, so yeah, so I mean, I wouldn't say 1 year. They just probably got to get rid of one of the big 3. They're gonna have to get rid of one of the big 3.
I think Kyrie. I think one of the 3 is gone next year. I don't think they're keeping all 3. I think one of the 3 is gone. I most likely Kyrie.
I agree. Either, I mean, Durant's staying, so it's got to be Kyrie or Harden. One of them are going.
One of them is gone.
Said about the New York Knicks, Tom Thibodeau. I still don't like the boss being around. I wish there was a way they could get James Dolan out of there. I don't even care if he's not even in no team discussion. Just hearing his name affiliated with the New York Knicks, I just can't stand it. But we have a promising future. We had promising futures before, so I'm not going to get too carried away. But I love what we're doing. I love the young boys we got out there, and I love that they're playing hard. If we can continue that, we can improve as an organization. And we need that in New York. We don't want Brooklyn going over there getting all the hype. Everybody know New York is the New York Knicks. We're supposed to lead New York, not Brooklyn. You understand me? So we got to turn that around. Now let's change conversations like we always do. Let's jump into the NFL. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, man.
Okay, I just want to make sure you hear me and you ain't frozen, because your face don't move, so I don't know if you frozen or not. There we go. We fucking lost them again, damn it. Okay. Okay, guys, like I said, the shirts, $5 raffles we doing, $30 shirts, real common sense. I pick out a winner every week. I'm going to give y'all more information next week. I'm waiting on Felix to get back on, man, because this conversation is getting real good, man. Yes, Humpty, the worst owner in the league. You ain't lying. Let me see if I get Felix back on. Okay, Felix, let me say something before we continue. I want to thank everybody that's continuing to view. Thank you for dealing with this technical difficulties Like I said, it's raining a lot in Vegas. I know it. I know that's fucking with the internet. I already know what it is. But we're going to continue and give y'all what we can. Thank you for staying on board. This is why I love you guys. Okay, Felix. Dak Prescott. 4 years, $160 million. Let me add on to that. It can max out to 164. And two important details. He has a no trade clause, and you cannot franchise him after the 4th year. He's kind of smart, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, he got the contract he wanted. You know, I think he had Dallas in a bad position. Dallas had no choice. I don't think Dallas originally really wanted to give him the money, but they had no choice. And you know what? He is their best player. Now I think 126 is guaranteed money. He's 27 years old, so he's actually gonna, you know, 4 years is a smart move because he can actually work on getting another big contract. Hopefully, he has 4 good years, and so you know, I mean, this is
God damn. Lamar Yuri, you're right. About time. Alex, it's Cash App. I'll give you the information next week. I'm going to give you like a name to send it to. We're going to start it next week. I'm just basically putting it out there, letting y'all know we're doing raffles. You don't have to take the size we got. You can order sizes, even colors, and we'll send it out within a week because those will be custom-made shirts, okay? Let me get Felix back on. Humpty said overpay. Humpty, I'm with you. You know I've been with that. But sometimes, you know, he had the Cowboys by the balls. Felix said it. I said it. A lot of analysts said it. If we don't get this Prescott deal done, then where the fuck do we go to? So you know what? As much as I didn't want to participate, and I didn't even participate, I just feel like that $40 million is coming out of my pocket also, which it's not. But it's just the fact that it handicaps us from getting other players. You understand me, Felix?
Yeah.
That's why I'm worried about getting him to 40. And if he was like Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes, who took less to make the team better, you know, Dak is about himself. I don't want to hear, I'm made for Dallas. I only want to play with Dallas. Dog, I understand you want a big contract, but goddamn, you ain't got to kill them.
Yeah.
Take 125 for 4 years. Give some room so that we can get other bodies. Go ahead, dog.
Yeah, I think that, you know, he got his money, but you know, if for Dallas to be a Super Bowl contending team and get all the other pieces, because they do need offensive line help. They need, you know, defense. I think, you know, either, you know, the top 3, Hooper, down the road, Dak in a year or 2, and Elliott, they're gonna have to reconstruct their contracts. I mean, you know, it's only the beginning, but I think that, you know, these guys will have to reconstruct their contract in the future if they want the team to compete seriously at you know, for a Super Bowl. I just think that they're going to go into this year, you know, with what they got, and you know, they're hoping on the draft. Listen, teams, you can really improve your team on the draft, man. So you know, Dallas is going to go out there and, if I'm not mistaken, I think they got the 10th pick or something like that.
Yeah. They already got a guy in mind. They got an offensive lineman named Slayton. Really good. Yeah. So they gonna, like you said, they gotta get that. They gotta get that the other piece on the line. We had injuries. We had retired players. You got to get that fresh body up in there, that real good college body that's ready to play right now. Yeah. Not no prepare him for the future. No, that's ready to get in the lineup right now.
Well, that's what you want in your first pick. And you know, your first round pick usually is a guy that, you know, you hope you could work him in your first year and he can start. I mean, you know, for the exception of quarterbacks. Sometimes quarterbacks they wait a year or 2. They used to be 3 or 4 years.
Exactly.
Back in the days, 3 or 4 years before a quarterback even got action. You know, but but hopefully the Dallas Cowboys can get a good draft class. And you know, you never know, man. You know, you listen. The Pittsburgh Steelers in 1974 drafted 5 players. They all became Hall of Famers. That's incredible. That'll never happen again.
Incredible. Yes.
So you never know. Actually, they drafted 4. The 5th guy was a free agent, Donnie Shea.
Damn it. Dang. Guys, work with us. You see how real it is, man. I don't have to sell y'all anything. You see how real it is. It's just the connection. There's nothing we could do, man. I got no control of that. It's just like the weather. I got no control of that. Like, I can only control what I can control. And trust me, whatever I could, I'm going to give it to y'all. But I can't control that. That's God stuff. I'm not God. Okay, hold up. Let's get him back in. Getting you back in, Felix. Uh-oh, now it's telling me it don't want you no more.
Yo, I'm back.
Okay. So, okay, I heard what you're saying with all those draft picks. They signed Shields as a free agent. One thing I have to say as a Dallas Cowboy fan, as much as I didn't want to give him the money, he's definitely the right decision for multiple reasons. One, he knows our offense. We don't have to teach him anything new. 2, that's the weakest division in the NFL. With a quarterback like Dak Prescott, he should clear that division the next 2 seasons unless the Washington football team can get a star quarterback. Because they defensively, they set.
Agreed.
But if they got the young boy Heineke running the show, we should be able to win the next 2-3 seasons, even though the Giants are going to get better. You understand what I'm saying? And the whole division is going to improve. I think the Eagles might take a couple years because of bringing in Jalen Hurts, but we should control that division for the next 3 to 4 years. That's why he got a 4-year contract. And from my understanding, we thinking there's a lot of money. It's a heavy bottom contract. It's not a heavy top, which means he gets most of that money late. And the Cowboys, it works well for them because the new TV contract is coming in a couple years. So they're going to be able to wipe that contract the fuck out. You understand me? So we had to make this deal. Okay, I'm going to keep talking until he gets back on. As a Cowboy fan, we have to make this deal. The only negative thing I got is that this motherfucker wants $40 million like he's Pat Mahomes, and he ain't do nothing Pat Mahomes did. Pat Mahomes went to 2 Super Bowls, split them, and dominated the NFL his first couple of years in the league. Only thing Dak Prescott does is he dominates numbers when the game is out of hand. Like I said in my last show, he's the best prevent defense quarterback. They be down 31-7. Here comes Dak Prescott. Check downs, runs for 20 yards, check down. You ain't fooling me with that, Dak. Show up, get out the gate, get the Cowboys up early, win me a fucking playoff game, God damn it. Fuck, you want $40 million and you wanted 2 in the playoffs. What the fuck is that? And I don't mean to overcurse, but it's the truth. But he had them by the balls because there's nobody else. The only one they could have got was Russell Wilson, but it would have cost us 3 first-rounders, and we can't afford that. We cannot afford that. We need to solidify our defense for Dan Quinn, who came from the Legion of Boom, went to Atlanta. He can coach some defense. We need to get him bodies so he can orchestrate what he's done best. But if we give up 3 number 1s for Wilson, come on, dog. Our defense ain't never going to improve the way we want it to. Go ahead, Felix.
Right. No, I agree with everything you said. Definitely. I mean, that division, the Dallas Cowboys.
Easiest division in football.
Easiest division, but you know what? The divisions change, man, from one year to the next.
Oh, shit. But you know what? Basically, until he gets back in, he had us by the balls, man. Dak had us by the balls, and if we don't sign him and he blows up somewhere else, Jerry Jones would have never stopped hearing it. We all know the guy got potential. He just needs to show up in crunch time. That's it. I was hoping they tagged him this year again. I don't know if they wasn't able to because that contract he put out. And plus he wanted the contract. They already tagged him. Get us to a playoff win, another playoff, whatever, man. Do something outside of just putting up a few numbers and show us that you could win when the lights is on. And that's his problem. He does not show up when the lights is on. That's why I call them the remake of Tony Romo. That's Dak Prescott. The remake of Tony Romo. Those who watch Tony Romo, seen him light up the game. A lot of games he lit up, but couldn't do shit come playoff time. Go ahead, Felix.
Hey, man, listen. Going into next year, like you said, Washington, the Giants, Philadelphia, it's like those teams are still rebuilding. Dallas is coming in as the most talented team in that division.
By far.
But you know what? They haven't taken advantage the last 2 years. So let's see if this contract motivates Dak to take it to another level. I think before he got hurt, I think Dak Prescott was having the best year in the history of football of any quarterback up till he got hurt. He was putting up crazy numbers, like averaging 450 yards a game. So let's see if Dak can take over that, take over the league, over that division, and Dallas as a team can excel and play to their potential, because Dallas should have won the last 3 NFC East division titles, man, and maybe next year they'll put it together.
Buddy, they are so good it should be championship or bust. And they can't even make the fucking playoffs. You understand me? McCarthy, bad fit. I love Dan Quinn. Like I said, Dan Quinn on defense kicks ass. He created that Legion of Boom defense. He was the head runner of that Legion and Boom defense with Cam Chancellor, Bobby Wagner, Browner, etc. He needs to go to the Cowboys and get these young studs with all this potential and position them and put them in the best situation for these young fellas to excel. That's going to happen. My problem is Dak Prescott going to be efficient enough where he moves the chains, he gets early leads. Like I said, I'm not impressed. Green Bay goes over there. They are 31-7. Dak Prescott throws for 300 yards in the second half with prevent defense, 3 touchdowns, and at the end of the game, he's got 400 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, 1 pick, but they lose by 10 points. That doesn't mean nothing to me. That's why, Humpty, when they said numbers never lie, numbers are very misleading. Dak Prescott's a perfect example. The guy got numbers all around, but he can't win shit. So what the fuck the numbers are for, Felix? What are the numbers for if you can't win?
I think the Cowboys need to draft the best offensive lineman available. That should be their first pick. Because
they need defense first.
They need defense, but I still think. But listen, if you got a good offensive line, that offensive line, championship teams always have the best offensive line.
No, you're right. I agree with you.
Listen, the way there's a saying in football, the way you build your championship football team is through the offensive line. True, defense wins championship, but defense, you could always find pieces. You can improve a defense, but the offensive line, these are the guys that stay together 4 or 5 years, and these are the guys who do the work. So I think Dallas, if the best offensive lineman is available, you got to get him. And then you put your defense, you build your defense. But offensive line for me, man, I never get upset when my team drafts an offensive lineman in the first round, because that means that's the best guy out there. And you have to have a good offensive line to win a Super Bowl.
Well, I agree with you, but a lot of times teams pick an offensive lineman, let's say number 1, number 2, number 3, and they also got like an 18th pick, and they still could have got that same guy at 18. But what happens is they don't want to risk that chance when they lock in on a specific lineman. Because I've seen that happen a lot of times where nobody was going to take that offensive lineman. That's why, to me, you got to get those players that make plays that are available.
Well, you always get the best player on the board, the best athlete, so to speak. Sometimes, see, the Pittsburgh Steelers always draft well because they necessarily, like, they'll draft a quarterback and make him a receiver. They'll draft a safety and make him a line. They always draft the best.
Slash, remember Slash?
Yeah. Cordell Stewart. They always draft
New
the
England
best
too.
athletes.
New England be doing that shit too.
Yeah, sometimes teams. There's a system that certain teams are style that teams draft. But what I'm saying is this year is the deepest draft for quarterbacks, and they got like 3 or 4 great offensive linemen. Like, these are guys that should start in the NFL their first year. So I'm saying, if these guys are available, you draft the best player on the board. But if it's an offensive lineman, you got to get them, because let me tell you something. Offensive linemen, if you draft one of the top offensive linemen, most of the time those guys are starting, and they become all pros right away. Especially offensive linemen, they get drafted in the first round. But most of them go in the second, third, fourth, late rounds.
Yeah, like Smith for the Cowboys that came from USC. He was starting for years, but he's injury prone right now.
Yeah.
He's injury prone. But I got you. You have to have a line. You see what happened in Detroit with Matthew Stafford, with the Eagles, my man Steve Levine's team, with Carson Wentz.
Houston, man. Houston, Deshaun Watson was sacked more times than anybody out there, man.
Yeah, and even Russell Wilson didn't even have no time.
Russell Wilson, that's what I'm saying. You can have the best quarterback, but you don't got an offensive line, you done. You done. You're in trouble. You're not going to win anything. And the Super Bowl was a perfect example. Pat Mahomes was running for his life. That offensive lineman, was patched up. That they got exposed in that game. They got exposed. But
but how you get? Let me stop you.
Yeah.
Your point right now would have made sense, but they didn't do it. Your offensive line got dominated in the Super Bowl. 2 of your best players were out, and then you released those 2 guys? You should have released Sammy Watkins with the 17 mil. Or you start releasing some of them offensive parts you got.
I know.
You said you can't get the ball to them if you can't get no time.
Right.
All what's going to happen is Patrick Mahomes, which is incredible, one of the best guys in escaping. But you really want Patrick Mahomes with a $500 million contract running for his life on every fucking play? Come on, dog.
No, listen. I just think that, that was a perfect example of a defense dominating a game. They had a good game plan, but you got to remember, Kansas City towards the end of the season really did not play well. I mean, they won games, but they were bad. They were in close games.
They never covered. They were the best.
They never covered.
They were the best team to bet against, even though they was 14-1 really. Then they gave out the last game with no starter, but they covered maybe 3 games all year.
All year. They Atlanta, they should have lost. Carolina, they should have lost.
Yeah.
Two tough games with Oakland, with the Raiders. Vegas, sorry.
Yeah, Vegas.
But I'm saying that, for me, they went into the season late not playing their best football, while Tampa Bay played their best football towards the end. But getting back to the offensive line. Offensive lines for me in football, it's the same. You build championship teams through the offensive line. Once you got your offensive line, man, you're so ahead of the game. So I think that Dallas needs, if they got the 10th pick and the best offensive lineman in college this year is available, You gotta take him because you just invested $40 million a year on a quarterback, so you gotta protect that investment.
Yeah, they're gonna get the young boy. They're gonna get the young boy straight. Felix, we got 10 minutes. Let's diverse. Let's go to the diamond. New York Yankees, real quick, for all our New York Yankee fans. Let's give them an update on what's going on with the Yankees. I know they're 7-4 in spring training, which means absolutely nothing to me. But I like what I'm seeing. I like that, we got our bodies. We're ready for this long haul of 160 games, if I'm correct. And hopefully via no injuries, we should be okay. Your take on we can start in pitching, where I think is our weakest element of our whole team. Your take.
I think this year's pitching is better than last year's. I think that the Yankees, are built for the long season. I think teams like Tampa Bay regress. They didn't get better. I think Baltimore is Baltimore. Boston, they start kind of rebuilding. They're rebuilding.
So I think they ain't nobody.
Yeah, I think if there's a surprise coming out of the East to give the Yankees trouble, it's Toronto. They got three young studs there, man, with Bichette, BGO, and Guerrero, the kids of their fathers who were former All-Stars, Hall of Famers. They added Springer.
Yeah.
So I think that team it's a team that's gonna give everybody trouble. It's up to their pitching, see how their pitching does. But it should be interesting. The thing about the Yankees is it's theirs to lose.
Hold on, let me get a word. Let me get a word because you're about to move on. Let me hold it right there. Houston Astros picked up a real underrated pitcher that's going to help that pitching staff like you don't know if he can stay healthy. And that's the likes of Jake Odorizzi, who throws 90+, nice changeup, nice curveball. If I'm correct, he won about 17, 18 games 2 years ago with the Minnesota Twins and was injured last year. Odorizzi, depending what you're getting out of Verlander, if you get the Verlander we all accustomed to, even if he drops a notch, Verlander's still going to win 17 games. Zach Greinke doesn't have to throw hard. He's a spot kind of pitcher. It's what it is, what you get, what it is with Zach Greinke. He's like Tom Glavine, Greg Maddux. He doesn't have to overpower you, great pitcher. Now you throw Odorizzi in that mix, and if you get Lance McCullers to show any signs of his potential with them two young arms of Framber Valdez and Chris Javier, they got the best staff to me, at least in the American League, and might have the best staff overall. And they only lost Springer, from my understanding. They re-signed Brantley, so I'm not sleeping on the Astros, dog.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah, the Astros are going to be one of the teams that you got to, they're going to contend. But you got to play the game. Their starting pitching, like you said, they're good starting pitching. They got a good starting pitching.
Young boys is good.
But listen, their bullpen is suspect. I just don't know.
Hold on, Felix. No, AJ, when I'm saying the American League, yes, not the West. What division they're in? The Central, right? The Stars are in the West, right?
They're in the West.
Yeah, they're in the West. I forgot the realignment. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's the whole American League, and I'm contemplating on them being the best pitching staff in the whole MLB. But go ahead, bro.
I tell you something. I got a feeling that this year the Angels, Anaheim, finally it's gonna do something. They're gonna get into the playoffs.
I've been hearing that every year, but go ahead.
I just got a feeling that this year they're gonna they'll get it in somehow. Oakland is pretty good, Minnesota,
good.
so So there's a lot of competition, man, down in those divisions. The Chicago, you know, Cleveland. You know, I don't know about Cleveland this year, but
Cleveland
Chicago.
went down. They went down.
They went down.
They still got
lost. But
nice
it should be interesting. But yeah, like you said, Houston probably is favorite to win their division. But I just think that you know, it all depends on their starting pitching. Sometimes, remember the Yankees one year had a tremendous pitching staff going into the year, and the Mets. And what happened? 2 or 3 of them got hurt for most of the year, and that went out the window. So you know, for me, I always say the healthiest team, you know, sometimes prevails, man, over the most talented. Because if the talented team is always on the DL, it don't mean nothing, man.
See, one thing about the Astros, they battle tested. They don't get nervous come playoff time. You see how they handled the Twins last year. I mean, they don't get nervous.
Right.
And they gave the Rays everything they can fucking handle. You know, they battle the Rays. Yeah. You can't sleep on a team like that. And when you add additional arms to a team like that, you know, it makes you worry because them guys can hit in the clutch. You know that. They still got Correa over there. You know what I mean? They got Brantley over there. Okay, they got Altuve still over there. They lost Springer, who's big. Springer, to me, it's tough to say he's like their best hitter. But the reason why I'm going to say that, because you can put him anywhere in the lineup. You could bat him first, second, third, or fourth. Am I right or wrong?
You're right.
But statistically, Bregman probably got him and Correa. But I think Springer was the best. But I still think they have a lot. They still got Yuri Gurriel, the guy you like from first base. I mean, these guys got some hitters. And like I said, all the reason he stays healthy, he's going to win at least 15 games. At least. They're going to dominate, man. But let's go back to our Yankees. Now we're going to go talk about whatever you want about the Yankees. Hitting, relief, whatever's on your mind.
I just, for me, the Yankees, Gary Sanchez got to hit more than 200 average. Gary Sanchez has to come out and have a good year this year. There's no more hitting 200. Listen,
no,
he needs to.
He shine or get him the fuck out of here.
He's
on a short lease.
Gary Sanchez got to
that shit, yo, a quarter into the season, we're shopping him. I'm telling you right now.
He's got to produce. And Judge and Stanton got to stay healthy. These two guys got to stay healthy. They can't go in the DL for those long stretches. And I think the Yankees will be okay. I think starting pitching wise, you know, if you get the clubber of old and Cole is Cole, you got that 1-2 punch. I think that's lights out. I think nobody's beating the Yankees. If
Felix, real quick. AJ asks, what do you do if you're the manager with Sanchez as far as putting them to catch on a regular basis? To me, you got to DH him most of the time. That's the route I would take. But what would you do? You still going to leave him out there?
With Sanchez?
Yeah.
Listen,
like basically catching the majority.
I don't want to fuck with his mind anymore. I think the Yankees did enough of that. They reinvented his game defensively. You know, Gary Sanchez, I think they need to let him play. Leave him alone. Let him play, and see what happens. But
I believe you, but I still would take him out 8th, 9th inning and put the better catcher.
You're gonna bring in what's his name? The
Hasagawa, something like that.
I can't pronounce his name.
Hasagawa.
He goes
Shawara, whatever that is. I know you know what he's talking about.
He's gonna get a lot of playing time because he's gonna give Sanchez some rest. But Sanchez needs to play. If he's healthy, he needs to be out there at least 100, 135, 140 games. Right. You know, you need to give him at least 135, 140 games if he's healthy, and he's your catcher, man. Because if Sanchez is hitting, forget about it. In that Yankee lineup, forget it. It's over. And let me tell you something. I have a projection of the Yankee lineup. And Sanchez is hitting 9th in my lineup. You know what I'm saying? So So he's not a bad ninth place hitter if he's hitting well. Obviously, they'll move him up, but Gary Sanchez got to hit.
Okay, real quick. We got 4 minutes left. Great job, by the way, as always, Felix. I thank the people for hanging on with all these, technical difficulties. But like I said, I can only control what I can control. I'm not God. I can't control the weather. I can't control turnovers. But I like that they stood with us because we gave them a lot of information today. Real quick, Yankees win the division, yes or no? Yes or no?
They healthy with no major injuries to major players, they win the division.
Okay. Is it our season to win it all?
I think the
Or
Yankees
get there.
I think the Yankees are favorite in the American League.
Okay,
to get to the World Series.
Okay, so you're saying they are going to make it to the World Series? That's what we're saying?
That's what I'm saying. Barring no major injuries to key players, the Yankees should finish with the best record in the American League and should win the pennant.
Okay, you heard it from Felix, Jusino. I'm going to say we win the division. We come up short once again. I'm not satisfied with our pitching staff. We need miracles. We need Kluber to have a great year.
Remember, listen.
We need Talion to have a big year. We need Montgomery to stay healthy.
I think
Severino. At least. Yeah. We need a lot of stuff. We need Severino.
Severino's coming back. It's going to help.
To pitch a whole fucking season if possible. At least the whole second half and be dominated. But Felix, thank you once again. Always appreciate your efforts. I love the hat you represented. My brother, enjoy your weekend. And we're going to catch up real soon, my brother.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Love you. Keep doing your thing. And everybody stay safe. Peace. And God bless.
All right. King Felix, y'all. That's King Felix. Okay, guys. I want to thank y'all before I say anything for staying on with us with all these technical difficulties. I know the headache. I know what it is. I don't think I would have been able to do what you guys did today. I'm on some, that shit ain't something, fuck you. That's the way I am. But I thank y'all for staying on. Whatever I can control, that's all I can control. And don't think for 1 minute I didn't catch all the questions, because I did. From AJ Torres, from Lamont, from Humpty, so you know I'm not bullshitting y'all. From the Brian Fords to the Martin Silvers of the world. I mean, everybody, Steve Levine, I got all your questions, but it's hard to intervene with those questions when in back of my mind, I'm worrying about the video shutting off. So I just want y'all to know that. I appreciate everything you guys are doing. And like I said, for the last couple minutes, we're going to start doing raffles, $5 raffles on the Cash App. You know what I mean? You can download Cash App on your phone, real simple. Connect it to your bank account. Send me $5. Next week, I'm going to give y'all the information where to send it to. I'm going to have every name, first 20 spots. You get to get one of these shirts. I'm going to have more shirts next week. $25, $30 shirts for $5 if you win. I'm going to make sure that y'all get to see who won. It ain't going to be no cheating shit. You know, I'm not no Bill Belichick. I drop every name in front of y'all. Shake that motherfucker up. Open it where y'all can see the name. Not even me. Y'all can see the name. And that's how we're going to decide a winner week to week. And if the winner wants, he can take a picture with the apparel, and I'll blast it on my sports page if you guys want that. All that for $5 lousy. That's not even enough to go to McDonald's on $8 menu and waste $5 and you straight. Just $5 lousy. All right, guys? So with that, thank you for another show. Open sessions. I appreciate everybody tuning in. A lot of technical difficulties today, but I still think we got the job done, and we couldn't do it without you guys. AJ, a lot of stuff from you today, guys. Appreciate that. We need that from a lot of other people. Contribute, guys. This show is for y'all. Fridays, it's us. Every other day, I do my own shit. This show is for y'all, and I'm not going to stop until it dies out. And if y'all keep it going, we can keep doing this shit for as long as God lets us, man. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate y'all. Open sessions, no drinking and driving. It's the fucking law. And next week, like I said, I'll give y'all all the information. Right now, download the Cash App right now. So that next week when we start, send them $5 off. I introduce the winner week to week. We're going to have more abilities. I might have pictures, whatever I can get my hands on for a $5 risk. The reward's going to be beautiful. Thank you. I love y'all. Al York Sports. Get back to y'all.